Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Triple H is one of the greatest performers to ever step into the squared circle. He recently returned to work as a WWE official and is the new head of creative for the company. Fans might know that he is popularly known as Hunter in the industry. If you're wondering why he is called that, we've got you covered. It was taken from his previous ring name. He originally debuted in WCW back in 1995 as Hunter Hearst Helmsley and competed under the name until 1997. He even held the Intercontinental title under this name. Former professional wrestler J.G. Dillon came up with the name Reginald DuPont Helmsley. However, Triple H wanted to play with the first letters, so it was later changed to Hunter Hearst Helmsley. His real-life best friend Shawn Michaels originally started calling him HHA, and shortly after that, his ring name was changed to Triple H. The name change was also accompanied by a gimmick change for the WWE legend. After working for multiple decades, former chairman of WWE, Vince McMahon retired from the business and the cerebral assassin replaced him as the new head of creative. SummerSlam 2022 was the first premium live event under Triple H's control, and fans witnessed significant changes in the product. Stars like Io Sky and Dakota Kai, who weren't on television for a long time, finally returned to the company and made an instant impact. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar battled in arguably their best clash yet at the biggest party of the summer. The last man standing match included incredible spots, interference from Theory, and even an F5 to Paul Heyman through the announce table. The following Raw was also noticeably different to the product under Vince McMahon. Former NXT champion Ciampa finally gained momentum as a singles competitor by becoming the next challenger for Bobby Lashley's United States Championship. A feud between the two stars would go a long way towards bringing prestige back to the once coveted title. In the coming weeks, fans will see more changes and hopefully the product will be better than ever. WWE has undergone several changes when it comes to leadership. If you're interested in learning more about the current status of leadership in the company, here is an article explaining the roles of major authorities like Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan in WWE. Triple H, one of the most iconic and celebrated figures in professional wrestling, is known by several names and monikers throughout his illustrious career. One of the most famous of these is Hunter, a name that often sparks curiosity among fans and newcomers to the world of wrestling. But why is Triple H, whose real name is Paul Levesque, called Hunter? The answer lies not only in the character's persona, but also in the intricate layers of professional wrestling storytelling, branding, and personal reinvention that shaped Triple H into the legend he is today. To understand why Triple H is called Hunter, we need to start with the origin of the character itself. When Paul Levesque first entered the WWE, then WWF, in 1995, he was initially billed as Hunter Hearst Helmsley. The name Hunter was chosen to invoke a sense of aristocracy, class, and old-world privilege. In essence, Hunter Hearst Helmsley was designed to be a snobbish, blue-blooded character who came from wealth and social standing. The Hunter in his name was deliberately tied to an image of a refined and cultured individual who was raised in the upper echelons of society. The Hearst part of his name was an homage to William Randolph Hearst, a famous American newspaper magnate whose wealth and influence embodied the type of character WWE intended to portray. However, as the character evolved over time, so did the perception of what Hunter meant in the context of the persona. The aristocratic persona began to fade as Triple H became more of a dominant, ruthless figure in the wrestling world. While Hunter Hearst Helmsley was a key part of Triple H's early years in the WWF, it wasn't long before the character began to evolve. By the late 1990s, the wrestling world was undergoing a period of significant change. The rise of the Attitude Era saw wrestlers becoming edgier and more rebellious, moving away from the clean-cut, family-friendly characters that had previously dominated the industry. Triple H's transition from Hunter Hearst Helmsley to Triple H was a reflection of this shift. He dropped the Hearst Helmsley moniker altogether and adopted the name Triple H. a nickname derived from the initials of his full wrestling persona. At this point, Hunter was no longer associated with the aristocratic snobbery of his earlier character, but instead became a reflection of his growing intensity, aggression, and hunger for success in the ring. This shift also led to the development of his alter ego The Game, a nickname that became synonymous with Triple H's relentless drive to dominate the wrestling world. Still, despite the reinvention, the name Hunter remained an integral part of his identity. It was part of the foundation of his character, a symbol of his ambitious, predatory nature. Hunter wasn't just a name, it was a representation of someone who would stop at nothing to achieve greatness. The connection between the name Hunter and Triple H's character can be seen in the psychological and metaphorical elements that were woven into his persona. The hunter represents a predator, a creature that stalks, hunts, and conquers its prey. This was the exact mentality Triple H embodied in the ring. He wasn't just a wrestler, he was a force of nature capable of overcoming any obstacle in his way. The name Hunter perfectly captured this savage, calculated approach to competition. Furthermore, Triple H's finisher, the pedigree, was a fitting symbol for his hunter mentality. The pedigree, a move where Triple H would drive his opponent's face into the mat, symbolized the final act of domination. The hunter was always in control, carefully stalking his prey before striking with lethal precision. It was a psychological advantage he carried with him, both in and outside of the ring. In a more symbolic sense, the name Hunter also referred to Triple H's relentless pursuit of success. As a wrestler, he always sought to be the best, and this ambition drove him to consistently outwork his peers, conquer challenges, and collect championship titles. His pursuit was not just physical but mental, as he sought to outthink and outlast every competitor in his path. The hunter wasn't just someone who fought for survival. He fought to be the best, the apex predator in the wrestling world. Beyond his wrestling persona, the name Hunter also took on a personal significance for Triple H. In many ways, it became a reflection of his real-life ambitions and persona. As Paul Levesque, Triple H is known for his leadership and vision in WWE. His rise to power within the company is symbolic of the traits associated with a hunter: strategic, focused, and always aiming for the top. Over the years, Triple H has evolved into a key figure in WWE's backstage operations, overseeing talent development and the direction of the company. Levesque's real-life role as the head of NXT, WWE's developmental brand, aligns with the idea of a hunter cultivating new talent, shaping the future of the company, and guiding younger wrestlers toward success. In this capacity, Triple H continues to embody the qualities of a hunter, not only as an in-ring competitor, but also as a mentor and leader. Additionally, Triple H's marriage to Stephanie McMahon, the daughter of WWE chairman Vince McMahon, further cemented his hunter persona. His pursuit of success and power in the company became intertwined with his personal life as he climbed the corporate ladder to become one of the most influential figures in modern wrestling history. The metaphor of the hunter was no longer limited to just the wrestling ring. It expanded to his business dealings, his leadership in WWE, and his pursuit of industry dominance. The legacy of Triple H as Hunter is one that transcends his in-ring career. The character represents an individual who is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve greatness. Over the years, Triple H has achieved numerous championships, including multiple WWE World Heavyweight Championships, and has become one of the most decorated and respected figures in wrestling history. But his evolution from a rich aristocrat to the Game and the King of Kings can also be seen as a metaphor for the journey many wrestlers go through. Hunter is not just a name, it is a symbol of transformation, growth, and relentless ambition. Triple H's career has shown that the name Hunter isn't about where he came from, but rather where he is going. In conclusion, Triple H is called Hunter because the name represents so much more than just a gimmick. It is a symbol of his relentless pursuit of success, his transformation from an aristocrat to a dominant force in the wrestling world, and his status as a leader both in the ring and behind the scenes. From his early days as a blue-blooded snob to his status as the Game, the name Hunter has remained an integral part of who Triple H is and continues to be, a figure who hunts, fights, and conquers his way to the top.